Hi everybody, can you believe it? March is almost around. So I guess you're getting ready for the spring or the fall, depending on which corner of this planet you are. And guys, if you wanted to get your annual scope and you forgot it, right now it's a great time. They're right now on sale. So you're getting one sign for 10 bucks and all signs for 20. So you can check somebody else, or you can check your ascendant and Venus sign and Mars sign. So this is a great opportunity. But the best part of my special is my speed up promotion. So you are not waiting 3 weeks anymore for the readings. So I'm actually upgrading whatever the term was before. So 3 weeks is now 1 week. So becoming a rush reading. And the rush reading, which was week, is now 3 days. And if you really want an urgent reading, you're going to get it within 24 hours. And if you're North America, most likely the same day. So guys, check my website www.cattarot.ca for more information. You can also find me on Instagram and on Facebook, where I actually also publish daily taroscopes. So let's jump in. Hi Sagis, welcome to your March reading. So this card seems to be a common denominator to many this month. There is like a lethargy, there is like possible some kind of boredom, but then again, this kind of like in between the seasons is usually the case. I just want to show you the eyes of this kitty. Look at that, there is like some kind of even sadness over there. What's up? Because sorry for this autofocus, I'm trying to remedy this. Please cut this out. Because look at this, you're getting the cat. You're getting kind of like, hey, take it easy. Kind of like go forward. You will be going forward. It's really not as bad as it feels like. This is definitely telling me about an attitude that is preventing good things, realization of good things, realization that things are really pretty much just maybe behind us. Maybe we are like disappointed, maybe we are disillusioned with certain things, but the new start is just like looming. So let's see what else. Ooh, we have the Chariot, and you actually know you're trying to conquer something and move forward. This is the card of victory. This is the card of travel. This is the card of moving forward. This is the card of really going deep inside of you and sometimes making hard choices and moving in that direction, like with such basic charge and resolution that this is like where you want to go. And this is crossed with Six of Sky, where, you know, this is exactly, I'm leaving, I'm tired of fighting. So I don't know if you guys have relationships that maybe have been just like too much, then things didn't get resolved and you couldn't anymore look into and point finger at somebody else. You simply kind of realize that the only smart way to do it, fed up or not, is just simply to leave. And maybe this is why this card is talking about that you have tried and tried and tried and got nowhere, and hence it kind of like fell. This new beginning is not, that new beginning is not arriving for some kind of reason. So let's see the past. Oh my gosh, yes, and absolutely. You have the Lover's card, you have the cat, you have lots of air element right now in your chart, like two sixes. Definitely there was a soulmate that you have left in your past. There was like this choice. I see actually, Sagittarius, that you wanted to make this choice, but somebody walked away. Was it you who walked away or them? It kind of like choice was made that maybe you didn't maybe somebody didn't realize what they are getting in you. Maybe you didn't realize what you're getting in them. Let me see what else. The priest. This is weird. This kind of like talks about marriage. These are all extremely positive cards. It's simply hard to glue them together. And I don't want to be one of those readers that just give you this is the meaning of this card. Sometimes cards mean something completely different when you glue them together, and this is where complexity of tarot happens. And that's why I want to do my school, but it's not easy. It's not something I can teach you in a month or two or even in a couple of years, because that's when you put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, the meanings kind of like can't change. So this is kind of like what is on the top. It's Earth King. So if you guys are a guy, okay, so you might be a Sagittarius guy who is maybe spending too much, who is maybe just pretty much blasting money, or giving this sense of I'm better off than I am, or simply you want to impress somebody. Or you might be a woman who wants to meet this fellow or this partner who seems to be really stable and have a proper job and everything, but in fact this person kind of like doesn't have, at least currently, good a hold on their finances. To me also Earth King reverse talks about somebody who is taken, which I also see here, this kind of like marriage and some kind of like rules of marriage being applied in this situation. But this kind of looks like it's in the past, so hence something did happen with this kind of feeling of lethargy. So let's see, what is this all about? What is imminently happening? Gosh, basking in the sun. I don't know what's going on. Like this month everybody's getting lots of majors. Look at this, 1 2 3 4 5. You're already almost on the max. I think only Scorpio so far had more majors, which kind of like tells me you're looking for your place in the sun. For quite a while you guys had kind of like really darker, let's call it darker reading. So now it's kind of this basically decision: who will I worship, who is going to stay on the sidelines, with whom I'm going to expose my soft belly. And let me kind of like zoom it in so you can see this card better. Look at this. Who is in my circle of friends? Who is really close, that kind of like have my back? Who is showing this like soft belly, and who I really want to keep on the outskirts over here of my life, but still in my life, sort of a thing. So this is on the other side of the Lovers. This card also can indicate celebrations, births, marriages. Then why the sadness, and why this fakeness or pretension? Okay, so let's see emotions. Wow, you're closing down the past. Good kitty means the cycle is finishing. You kind of like reach the full circle, and something from the past is resurfacing. This is kind of interesting because whenever I see this card, even though it's kind of Scorpio, it always reminds me of Mercury retrograde, right? So it's kind of weird. You have air signs, you have fire signs, you have water signs. Well, heck, you have earth signs, you have everything. In particular, you have Gemini, you have Cancer, you have a Leo, you have Taurus, and the Scorpio now. So this is the card saying, look, whatever happened in the past, let's face it right now, and let's put it on the table and clean it, because you definitely want to kind of like get your place in the sun and enjoy, because like you're this Jupiter basically sign, you are happy-go-lucky, and this doesn't spell to me happy-go-lucky, and this doesn't spell to me happy-go-lucky, because pretending you guys can do it just like any other sign. But you see here and here is telling me something about the soulmate, and I'm seeing a karmic soulmate over here, guys. Could it be that somebody from the past is going to come to revisit, or maybe you got divorced and that's going to come back, or maybe you had marital problems and this is now kind of like moving forward. So let's see the environment. Nine of Earth. Nine of Earth is card that says kind of like you are right now trying to build something long term, something where you are the center figure of your own life, so you don't have to take every joy and schmo and in account. You're kind of like taking a grasp. You see, like this kitty here doesn't hold any reins. It's just like simply, I got it, I know where I'm going, and I know what I have to leave behind. It's literally decision and not looking back, and you have made it. This is clearly that what you're going through with this life. This also could mean promotion. This also could mean a whole bunch of things, like getting the money and getting a grasp of the plan, and the plan of life, and plan what to do with money. And it looks like the outside influences will actually be there as well. So if this is a tax return, it's going to be a good one. So hopes and fears. Seven of Earth. I love this picture. We know the kitties can wait forever, because if they feel that something will happen, if they even get a whiff of it, they will wait. So this is definitely a card about waiting and patiently waiting. So hopes and fears. You certainly hope that somebody is going to reappear, and you also fear that this is never going to grow. So this is kind of really confusing, given that I have cards that can be interpreted as, hey, you're moving forward with somebody, even to the point of getting engaged and getting married. But I also can interpret this with you're leaving somebody behind and kind of like trying to find your own place under the sun and kind of leave the past in the past. So it will be really interesting to get in your comments to see which one are you, because these two and this buddy over here is telling me that maybe could be two types of Sagis out there, or that could be like, I mean, simply energy of the partner that is coming through. So let's see the trajectory this month. Wow, you're getting cat magic. I think you have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you have the most major arcanas. This is crazy. So 70%. This is going to be, guys, major, especially because this is a 7 and this is a 7 that you have here. So as I said to you, 7s are about resolve, going forward, something clearly you have chosen and left behind, something that has been very meaningful to you. Maybe you have been in a situation almost kind of like, almost like feels like that could have been the 3 people in the whole mix. Maybe with one person you have been married, with another person you haven't been, but the other person was your soulmate. And it looks like you really wanted your soulmate, but the marriage was something that kind of like resurfaced. Maybe in the end you walked away from both without being completely able to choose. Maybe you're still waiting for somebody to show up. Something happened in the past that didn't sit right. That's for sure, I can tell you. But I'm also telling you that even in the past, you already had a feeling that you have to move on, that you kind of have to choose, and that you have to take a leap of faith. However, I think that you took that leap of faith and you flattened yourself down and fell down on your face. And hence the scratches, and hence, this is it, I'm out. Maybe situation got too hard to carry, and you just didn't really want to participate in this. Looks like this is stabilizing, but this is not to say that the feeling of kind of, first of all, you want to be left alone. That's kind of how I see it. Some of you really want to get married, but this is kind of like established relationship, but others really want to be left alone. And like that feeling that you had before, that you have to take a leap of faith, which you did, and kind of like looks like the choice made was not either consistent, didn't get pushed to the max, and kind of like, you know, when we have a plan and we know we have to do A, B, C, D, and we just do A and B, and everybody's like depending on you to do the rest, and the rest is not done, and then the whole system kind of falls apart like House of Cards. But it looks like this is kind of like putting it back together and understanding that you do have the strength, because like these cards have sort of like similar vibration over here, and plus we are going from the Sun to Good Kitty, which is kind of, I'm seeing the procession that is happening. So it's kind of really interesting kind of like to see this. So let me clarify a few cards over here, because this is major. Like literally there is not much to clarify when you have major arcanas, but this is telling me that you kind of like are feeling good. Whatever happened, you're saying it is what it is. I have to move forward, and you are moving forward. So I really want to see basically these cards that are like major arcana, to see what's behind them. So let's see this lethargy. Yeah, it looks like, as I said, there were 3 people, and it was the journey that you wanted, exactly take this leap of faith, but you didn't. Especially if you Sagittarius guys could have been the ones that kind of pull back and maybe change their mind at the last moment, or didn't proceed with that. Oh my gosh, we're getting it twice. Look at this. I told you this is a married guy and this is a married guy. So what are the chances? So yeah, looks like some of you have been between the rock and the hard place, and it was between what is the right thing to do to what do I want to do emotionally. It was that choice that I clearly see here, and looks like, feels like to me, but you guys tell me, it feels like you just walked away. That you kind of like also feels to be a little bit meany toward you, that you wanted to eat your cake and have it too, and kind of like looks like the participants were not really into that kind of story, and it was like fur flying everywhere. So let's see this waiting. Oh yep, look at that. Yes, this is waiting. These are sights. It could be somebody long distance, and again, you really hope somebody is going to get in touch with you. There is a still connection with your karmic soulmate, that is for sure. So it's kind of like bittersweet month, guys. I see that. I see that maybe somebody here was very meaningful to you, but certain things just didn't happen, and you're coming to the stage and realizing and saying to yourself, oh well, it is what it is. This is life. I have to keep moving. I have to move forward, and you are moving forward. I can see the shift to the next phase. So Sagis, your comments are highly appreciated. This is a general reading. To get yours, please contact me at cattarot.ca. I also really appreciate if you stayed this long with me, that you give me likes or even dislikes if you didn't like it, and yeah, and that you share, and that kind of like really helps me to grow and to continue. And if you want your dose of daily tarot, join me on my Facebook or my Instagram, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Love you, Sagis. All the best.